the main challenges in game development to me are surviving game development. Game development is tough. I think the biggest risk or the biggest challenge to anyone who makes games is creativity. It's always easier to copy something else to someone else. And a little bit of theft is always necessary, right? It's a necessary component of creating any art. But that's not enough. At the end of the day, you have to create something that's utterly unique. Otherwise, there's really no purpose in making games, in my opinion. And to be unique, you have to display creativity. Creativity is hard because creativity exposes who you are. And most of us don't want to expose who we are. It's already a mass market medium. When I started, people thought of it as a little industry. It's clearly a big industry today. I think the future of the game industry is further ubiquity. It's going to be, games are going to be in more and more places. And we're gonna have game experiences that are on multiple platforms, but at the same time. So in other words, we can play on our PC, we can play on our tablets, we can play on our mobile phones. This will be increasingly common. I also think that the industry is moving increasingly towards service-based games. And so that's an important aspect that developers have to come to grips with. If you don't know how to deliver a game as a service today, you're gonna have to learn. Well, I think the most important thing is if you're going to be in the industry, you probably want to do a good job. If you want to be great, you have to set a very high bar for yourself, regardless of what it is you're doing, whether you're production or your art, your development, whether you're on the business side. You just have to make sure that you have a high bar that you set for yourself, because that's what drives your entire team, right? And I also think that, again, we talked about creativity. Creativity is what you need. You need to be able to take criticism, not be afraid of it. Embrace the fact that you're doing something that no one's ever done before. Succeed or fail, at least you put something new out there. And that's what you should strive for. You shouldn't strive to be safe. You shouldn't strive to be economically secure, because it's not an economically secure industry. Don't tell your parents that. I would say welcome. My advice would be, if you want to join the games industry, it's good to have some skills. Know what it is that you want to do. If you're an artist, go become great at art. If you're a programmer, make sure you're the best in that. If you're a game designer, design games. But everyone needs to play games. Everybody needs to understand what their competition is and what all the predecessors have done. Right? So that's important. You need to play games, love games. But then I would say if you're having a hard time getting into the industry, find some friends and make a game. People always ask me, like, how do you start in the industry? And I say it's never been easier. The tools are so cheap, they're free. Go and make a game. And it doesn't matter how good it is. Just making the game is a bit of a portfolio for you getting into the industry.